One of the surprises for many from the early part of the silly season this year was Ferrari signing current McLaren driver Carlos Sainz to replace Sebastian Vettel for next year. Ferrari did so despite a lot of options available, and McLaren team principal Andreas Seidl has now explained the reasons that made Sainz attractive to Ferrari. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, what made Sainz so attractive to Ferrari? Seidl began by explaining one of the distinguishing qualities that Sainz has. A race like Turkey just confirmed the quality Carlos has. We know from previous races in the last years that he likes all of these tricky conditions. He likes these wet or mixed conditions. We know that he is performing well in these conditions, and that he has this talent to take the right approach in terms of risk. And he manages to keep the car on track while still making progress on track and making the moves stick, and it's simply a big benefit. He then pointed out another of Sainz's strong suits. Also, it is useful if you have a driver that works for some time already with his engineer and his engineering team, because in conditions like in Turkey, you have a lot of communication ongoing between driver and the pit wall. He added a third great quality Sainz has. And there you can also see the experience Carlos has, because it's important then to stay brief on the radio, calm but also clear of what's going on out there on the track, so that we can match this with the data we see on the pit wall, and that in the end makes them make the right decisions at the right time. He then summed up his words by saying, "He's a great driver. There's a reason why Ferrari went after him for next year." Fast feed. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has stated that he learnt to never make another bet with DC or Martin Brundle after one in 2006 forced him to jump into the pool in Monaco. He also revealed that their chief technical officer Adrian Newey is always the last of the late breakers on things like engine options, so he'll hold out for what the best option is. However, Horner feels there are some practical things that need to be decided, and that really by the end of this month they need to be firming up on a position. 2020 world champion Lewis Hamilton reminisced about his younger days when they didn't have anyone in this sport who looked like him. So it was easy to believe that it couldn't be, because no one with that colour has ever done it. Former F1 driver Pascal Wehrlein has revealed that at the end of 2016 a decision was made between Valtteri Bottas and him by Mercedes. In the end they chose Bottas. The reason was that Pascal had only been in Formula 1 for 1 year. Lewis Hamilton has lost a lawsuit against Swiss watch company Hamilton International. The lawsuit had alleged that the watchmaker was using the Hamilton trademark in bad faith. However, the European Union Intellectual Property Office has stated that Hamilton is a rather common surname in English-speaking countries. They also stated that there is no natural right for a person to have his or her name registered as a trademark when that would infringe third parties' rights. They further added that the contested mark Hamilton had been used since 1892, i.e. even before the date of birth of Lewis Hamilton. Former F1 driver Jenson Button feels that current Alfa Romeo driver Kimi Raikkonen realised how good Formula 1 is after having been away for a number of years. That is why Fernando Alonso is coming back, and Button thinks he is coming back as a better driver. Button further added that Alonso is much more of a team player now and understands that that's what it takes to be successful. And former F1 driver Felipe Massa thinks that it would be great to see another Schumacher in Formula 1, referring to Mick Schumacher. Would you have liked to see Pascal Wehrlein selected to drive alongside Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.